a jeep, a drone, and an old man.
Everybody, welcome to Battleship Texas Photo Archaeology, Volume 7. We got a little special event in this photograph here. I was contacted by email by a gentleman by the name of, and I know I'm going to mess up your name, but Aaron Kubistek. Kubistek, that's what I'm going with. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. If it is, I apologize, but that's the way I read it. He identified one of these sailors as his grandfather, and this will be the first photograph that we've had that a sailor has actually been identified in it. And I will disclose which one of these gentlemen that is at the end of the photograph or at the end of the video, and let you know just a little bit about him that Aaron has told me. So let's dig into this photograph and see what we got going on here. Obviously, we got some potato spud peeling going on here. Look at that, by hand. But let's zoom in on this. See what we can find. Now we can see right there that the photograph was by, let's darken that up a little bit. Charland? Is that what y'all read? Charland? That's what I read. I don't know if that's a company or individual. As you can see, the photo has got a lot of bad spots in it. Don't know if that's a bad spot in the photo, I think, not the deck. So let's see what we can see here. First off, these fellas are either got buckets of spuds that they're peeling, or they're supposed to be putting the shavings into those buckets, which is not happening because those are all over the ground. So that's probably buckets of spuds there, I would imagine. Let's see how many buckets they have here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I count. 10 buckets. And yeah, that's potato peelings on the ground. I don't know why they would peel potatoes in the first place. The potato peel is where all the nutrients are in a potato, so it seems like you just cook them with it on there and serve it as is. But we all know that peeling spuds was sometimes a punishment in any branch of the service. All of them have the old school potato peeler, which anybody my age has used multiple times. This fella here does not look happy. This guy right here, not looking happy either. Let's take a look, see at some of these other faces. He's missing his cap. Looks like everybody's got their shoes on at least. This guy here's got a watch on. Smoking a cigar, looks like, and looks like he's having a pretty good time. This guy here, is that an eye patch? Let's get in on that and see if that's an eye patch. Still can't tell. I don't see any ear grabbers for sunglasses. It does look like it has a strap right here, so I'm gonna call that an eye patch. Don't know if it is. He definitely has a cigar sticking out the side of his mouth there. Let's get back down to normal size. So this guy here looks like he's fiddle farting around. Maybe getting another potato. Okay, looks like that bucket has got potatoes in it. So it looks like they're putting the peeled potatoes in the buckets. The peeling is on the deck, which not going to be fun to clean up. I imagine they're actually having a pretty good time joking, horsing around with each other there. These guys in the background here, these three, don't know if they're working or just horsing around with the other guys. He looks like he's got some kind of strap. That may be damage to the photograph. It looks like it's some kind of strap going around his neck at first, but after looking at it closer, it looks like it's just photo damage. Now, I believe I know exactly where these gentlemen are, identified by this ship, this door, and this window. I believe I know exactly where they're at on deck. Got a fire hose there. Probably the valve for the fire hose right here. This guy, he doesn't look very happy either. Now this guy here, I think he's just having a good old time. These fellas back here, I don't think they're working either. I think they're just there horsing around with the rest of them, telling all their big stories. What's this say? Mess cooks, peeling spuds aboard USS Texas. Okay, so I guess that's been added to the photograph. It's not actually in the photograph. This guy here, I don't know what these marks are here. These look like some kind of damage that was done to the photograph. Maybe somebody touching it. There. They're big marks, so maybe somebody touched that negative or the photograph while it was developing. There's another spot. And that's about all I see in this photograph. There's one or two sailors back here in the background. Hard to tell, but I believe those are sailors. All right, the sailor that's been identified. Let me point out who that is to you here. Now, Aaron told me his name is Martin Roscoe. He passed away about 1986. He did suffer an injury aboard the USS Texas while loading powder into the gun, or into a gun. I'm assuming that's one of the 14-inch guns. He had a finger that got caught in the lock and messed up the tip of his finger permanently, and he had that damaged finger up until the day he died. Aaron remembers seeing that finger and recalling the story while his grandpa was laying in the coffin. And as a matter of fact, he said that they called him, well, his grandkids anyway, called him Goob, G-O-O-B. Kind of makes you think of Goober in Gomer Pyle, but I mean the name does. But anyway, it's kind of cool that Aaron remembers all that. He also remembers Goob, his grandpa, telling him some of his activities on D-Day aboard the USS Texas, and he specifically remembers Goob, or Martin Roscoe, saying that he helped shell the quote-unquote damn Nazis. So that would be a pretty good badge of honor, I would think. The gentleman that we're talking about here is this fellow right here. That's Goob, Martin Roscoe, who helped shell the damn Nazis. A hero. But he's a hero. He's a hero. They're all heroes. Every single one of them, risking their life aboard that ship every single day. Every single day. Thank God that aboard the USS Texas, only one life was ever lost to enemy fire. Texas served her country proudly. So did every crew that ever served on her. Now let's take a look at next week's photograph. Now, next week's photograph, as you can tell, has got a lot of yellow tinge to it. I'm going to try to straighten that out before we do the review on it. And it's obviously sailors scrubbing the deck. Hopefully there's going to be quite a bit to see in this photograph. I have found one interesting thing in this photograph already that is still sitting on the deck of the ship to this day. So I can't wait to point that out. But anyway, this is the photograph for next week. I will put a link to this photograph in the description of this video in case you want to download the photograph and take a look at it ahead of time, and then we can compare notes. I appreciate everybody coming along on this little adventure of Battleship Texas Photo Archaeology.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
It's been a Jeep, a drone, and an old man. We'll be seeing you guys next time.